God knew gods and goddesses, kings and queens. God knew was God and youth and obviously Greek family, allies, and enemies. Was had slip double, right? The greatest gangbanger in the world. Hey, look, Black Power banging, man. Black Power banging to all those that's up early in the morning. Black Power banging with me. Hey, look, man, I'm just feeling real good because it feels real good when you just really, you know what I mean? I've been having these conversations about Crippin' and Blood, and these conversations are really, really progressive, you know what I mean? And I really been trying to get them online. Like we'll chop it up for hours about this shit, and that's a good thing that we have the mental fortitude to actually stay in these conversations. You know, we go the octaves get real high and go real big, but it's still all love and respect. You feel me? And the thing with this is now I just made fuck that. I'm just gonna keep pressing this line and keep pressing this line so it can start gaining speed and momentum, and I can get more Christian Bloods on here from different perspectives. Like, I'm talking about different states. You know what I mean? Because we got a debate coming up. We got a debate coming up about Crips and Blood. First, it was Crips and Bloods, negative or positive to the black community, and you know, because I was told I only focus on the negative. That's what I was told. You know what I mean? I don't focus on the positive, and I don't highlight the positive as much as I do with the negative. So my thing is, let's pick something that we want to change, and let's work on that, right? So when we was talking, we identified a demographic, and I was like, one of the main issues with Crippin' and Blood is that the youth is dying at a faster rate than the G's. Like the young little homies dying at a faster rate than older homies. Well, that was like that when I was a kid. When we was young, we was dying fast. Now that we older, we dying at that rate. It's like that, right? So they try to make it seem like now, you know what I mean? Because it is what it is. At some point, you're going to have to chalk some things up as a law. Some cats actually do foul things, you know what I mean? And they don't get a chance to learn. You feel me? So that's what we're going to be talking about in the debate. The topic was changed. I asked, can I get the topic text to me? So, but I ain't texting you, no, whatever, this and that. All right, got you. So, I'm still gonna pretty much be focusing on the negativity of it, and my cousin, my big cousin, gonna be focused on the positivity of it, right? And the positive things it's doing. So, I'm just talking about the black community, how it's actually dragging down the black community. You feel me? So, the hell? Okay, I see him. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be going with that. You know what I mean? And just speaking on that, what the hell? This fool right here. Just speaking on that, I was trying to see what this cop doing right here, but he like damn near ran into a pilot. You feel me? Um, and another thing too, this have happened to me several times, right? Oh damn, I was something cracking. This other cop that was in front of me hit on his lights, and he turning, he getting off. Um, this also happened to me. This happened to me several times, to where they was like, "Hey, don't talk about that about Crippin' and Blood, and talk about something else. Why don't you just leave it alone? And why don't you, you know what I mean? Why don't you just go on about your life? Like, why is it that cats want me to go about my life and not talk about Crips and Bloods and the things that we could do to change the things positive in the community? Why is that? Like, why is it? Then I was also told that, oh, you got to be accountability on a different subject. We got to be accountable. We got to be self-accountability, self-accountability. But then when I start talking about self-accountability with Crips and Bloods, that we got to be hold self-accountability with us in our community. Like, that's what we got to do. We got to do that. Like, we got to hold ourselves accountable. Oh, no. Well, no, well, you not a Crip. And you not a Crip because Crips is in the hood. But check this. If I got to be where I grew up at, there's an issue. And it's crazy that this same stipulations Because that same stipulation, when I asked about somebody else being a Crip, no, this person not from the hood because he don't show up in the hood. But then we start talking about people that went to college. Oh, well, but they from the hood. But they over there making millions. And they positive. But they don't come back to the hood. When the last time they been to a hood day? Oh, they don't show up to hood days. They don't come to hood days because they making millions. That I just don't understand that. Like, there's no set standard on what Crippin' and Blood is. And I asked about this. I asked, who do Crippin' and Blood respect more? The college graduate or the shooter? That's one of the things that I focus on, changing the dynamics, changing the narrative. So we go work on changing the narrative. And we go see if in the next 50 years that we can actually change it and redirect it to something positive, to something that's beneficial for us. You feel me? This is what Black Power Banging mission is, man. We fighting a war for black against black to give black back black. You feel me? And when we say we fighting the war, a lot of people automatically go to guns. You know why? That's that negative stigma that you got in your head. They say politics is war without bloodshed. So we talking about the politics of us, the politics of our race, the politics of how we operate. So we working on our politics. Man, stop playing. Our politics is raggedy. And if you don't want to acknowledge that our politics is raggedy, you know what I mean? It's just like you failing from the jump. You feel me? Like, the politics of the black community is raggedy. For Crips and Bloods to exist in its current state, it's not because of the Crips and Bloods, it's because of black men in the politics of black men around that time. For something to be able to grow out of our community, to destroy us, let us know that we wasn't going in the right direction in the beginning. We wasn't. How is that even possible? See, this is what a Black Power Banging mindset gets you. It gets you to really open your mind up. Like, before the Crips was even a thing, when it was just the children in the streets. So we're looking at an energy. So the energy can be created or destroyed. So what we're looking at is a perpetual motion of negativity that's steady going, but somebody got to be able to take those bumps and bruises and just absorb the negativity. Somebody got to do it. You know what I mean? And when cats jump online and disrespect and all that, cool, I absorb that. Let me take that negativity from you, brother. Go ahead, jump online, bang on me. Nothing. You feel me? I ain't tripping. Let's go. I am tripping. I'm Black Power Banging. You feel me? Chat tripping. You feel me? And look, the homies be like, yeah, man, Slip me tripping. I'm not tripping. I'm not. Y'all wrong, cuz. Look, Crips and Bloods across the board is wrong. Operating wrong. I'm right. Fuck that. You know what I mean? I remember when I put on blue and red chucks, right? This is also, when I put on these blue and red chucks, the same person told me that was clown shit. Hold on. Was it not positive? Ain't no Crip putting on blue, putting on no red chuck. See, look at this. Crips don't put on the red. Look, let me tell you, I freed my soul when I put on red. And Black Power Banging was born when I put that one red chuck on. You know, and I'm gonna keep it 100 right now, all the way to this day. I have never wore 2 red chucks. I have. You know, and I'm fucked up in the head. I am. I know I'm fucked up. I'm just gonna keep that shit. I know it's like certain hats I won't wear still, and I know, and I'm fighting certain shit in myself. And now my cousins say the only reason why you constantly banging on Crips and Bloods is because your trauma. Like, okay, cool. So let's talk about my trauma. Where did it come from? How did it start? Because you're a victim. Don't just jump to me being a victim. Well, what do you mean by victim? So I'll keep trying to get these definitions and pinpoint something, right? Because if I got a trauma coming up out of this community, how many other people have this same or similar trauma coming up out that same community for similar reasons? So if we can actually, in our own way, diagnose us Then we can diagnose others. And if we can find a cure for ourselves, maybe this cure will work for others. So this is what Black Power Banging is. This is what Black Power Banging is doing. I find it myself that my medicine is banging on Crips and Bloods. I feel better about my life when I Black Power bang on Crips and Bloods. Talk about how it's some bullshit for the black community. How it ain't shit but a black eye to the black community. How from its inception, they wasn't doing no Black Panther shit. Where? Where? My uncles is G's in this. I never hear them talk about when we went out into the community and did great things. No. I just heard about walking 100 deep down the laundry. You know, smashing on motherfuckers, beating shit up. I hear about the strength and the power, and that's what I hear. And it was strength and power. We can't deny that. So we can't deny. And especially once Crips and Bloods start having the weights in the front yard, these are our superheroes. So it was influential, not just to us, but to those in the world. And our enemies, yes, we got enemies. Our enemies understand this, and they give us enough rope. Why the Crips and Bloods wasn't treated how the Black Panthers was treated? Because the Crips and Bloods serve a purpose. And we gotta try to really try to figure this out. Hold on. How did they do the Black Panthers? I challenge all Crips and Bloods to really go look at how the Panthers was done. Go look at how they did the Panthers. And then compare and contrast that to the Crips and Bloods. When it comes to the Crips and Bloods, right? They lawnmower the Crips and Bloods. They rooted the Black Panthers. They lawnmower Crips and Bloods. What I mean by rooted versus lawnmower? They took the Panthers up by the root. They studied it and found the leaders and systematically dismantled the Panthers. But when it came to the Crips and the Bloods, they just cut the top because they know the weed to grow again. And they also took those seeds, let them grow strong somewhere, and then they took those seeds and spread those seeds elsewhere. The seeds of negativity been spreading. So how can we change this? Because it can be changed. I was accused of only looking at the negative. But then in that same conversation, I was saying, I was told you expect Crips and Bloods to save the world. Yes. And you think Crips and Bloods gonna be an ethnic group. It ain't meant to be no ethnic group. Well, just judging by how people are and what happens to people staying in a certain area, mating and living in a certain area, developing cultures, styles of dress, living, things that these are all things that are ethnical, like ethnic, right? These are things that will be considered part of ethnicity. So 100, 200 years from now, if Crips actually can change into a positive thing, it very well can become an ethnic group that is recognized around the world. That possibility exists, that it can become this thing that once was a negative that was changed into a positive. Now there's countries, there's empires. It very well can happen. So to think that Crips and Bloods can't evolve from a small little street gang go to an empire is foolish. Look at Rome. Rome was the same way. So when we start talking about Black Power banging, that's what Black Power banging is, to try to work on us building an empire. And the smallest unit of an empire is the family. That's the smallest unit. So we have to start to really focus on building our families. I was talking to one of the big homies, and I was saying that we see differ on this. He was like, things start getting messed up when the homies start talking to the homegirls. And I felt like the homies should have married the homegirls. And when he said what he said, I could understand why he said what he said. I really can. But at the same time, can we structure it to where the homegirls is from the hood, bang the hood? The homies from the hood bang the hood. They children then say my mother and father from the hood. They marry a female who mother and father is from the same neighborhood. When they have children, and then they children grow up and say all my grandparents from the hood. Now, how great would that be to say your grandparents are from this neighborhood and the neighborhood is doing positive things for the grandchildren? And I think if it was that way, if we actually had and really wanted better for our children, yeah, and really like again, I say let the dead homies die so the little homies can live, which was taken as a negative thing. If you actually think about that, take time out to think. This is Crips and Bloods. Take time out to fucking think. Stop being so fucking emotional. Take time out to think. Does that make sense? Why it don't make sense? How can I combat that? When you say let the dead homies die so little homies can live, what do you mean by that? Don't just jump to cool nigga disrespecting the dead homies. No, ask what somebody mean by what they say. Right? Ask that. So if you seek to understand, then seek to be understood. Like, no, cuz this is why I don't think that that's cool, or why I don't think that. And let me hear your reason. Now we communicate. I guarantee a lot of gang violence will cease and desist if motherfuckers just learn how to communicate. That's it. Sing that song. Just learn how to communicate. Right? So, when I say let the dead homies die so the little homies can live, what I mean by that is we got to stop burning bridges for the dead homies. Let's start building bridges for the little homies. If we focus more on the future and on the youth, that Crippin' and Blood could be something great. Why the hell they calling me? I bet this is that person. Yep. Hold on. Yo. What's the deal? Oh shit. On my way to the call. It's all good. I didn't even get to the first one yet. Where is that one at? What city? Oh, okay. Yeah. I've been there before. Well, yeah, you might want to call because I haven't been to the first one. I'm still like 15 minutes out. Man, I be hating when I get these lives cracking and the cats call just want to talk about nonsense. Like, oh, okay, cool, I got it. You got all this other, I got it. Man, damn. All right. No, look, I'll run it. The thing is, if it's I'm gonna tell them if it's maintaining temp, they go end up paying extra for it. They go pay extra, but it's all good. It is what it is. Don't worry about it. It can stay on. No, it's all good. We're gonna make it happen. All right. All right. Man, try to get them off that line. But yeah, so if we focus more on our youth as Crips and Bloods, and this is the thing, this is the accountability, because I say we, 'cause I'm from Southside Compton Crip. There ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. That's where I'm from. And I still just be able to say that when I say that, Crips and Bloods, when I talk about little homies, I'm talking about Power Rules and Crips. I ain't just talking about just Crips. When I say little homies, when I say big homies, I'm talking about Power Rules and Crips. I ain't talking about just Crips. So when I say us and we, I'm still talking about us and we. You know what I mean? It's the same. And to me, it's the same. In my head, I done broke down that cancerous block in wall that these are not the people and these not my homies. No, this is my family. God, I love them. I don't give a fuck. And when motherfuckers come through, if I'm in my neighborhood and motherfuckers come through shooting at us, of course we go battle right then and there. But I'm not going to their neighborhood. So this is part of me building a bridge because I'm not going to burn a bridge by coming to your neighborhood. If you want to burn one by coming to mine, it is what it is. We're gonna play ball. We're gonna play defense right then and there, and we're gonna try to make sure you don't make it out. So that way we just solve that problem. I'm all for that. So that's not an issue. Play defend your neighborhood. If my homeboys came to your neighborhood and you laid them down, I'm not gonna be mad and try to come over there and do something to you because my homeboy came over there to your neighborhood to try to do something to you. Now I want to come over there and do something to you because y'all have stopped him from doing something to y'all. No, that ain't my mindset. My mindset is our community. What can we do to better our community, especially for the youth? So it's certain things. That's why I say let the dead homies die so the little homies can live. You know what I mean? And once we get more Crips and Bloods having conversations and better able to actually communicate and talk about why, what, when, where, how. And if we say, oh, we can't talk about that online, we got to talk about that in private. Oh, we're going to talk about the things we can talk about online. Don't come and incriminate yourself. If you stupid enough to incriminate yourself, then you going to end up in prison anyway. You feel me? We're talking about the things that we can talk about. And we're going to talk about the things that we can change. And if you focus on the positivity, you know what I mean? And find the negative things and try to find a positive outcome. So right now, we identified, and we still didn't stay on the conversation long enough because motherfuckers jumped on some other shit, that it's the youth that's dying at a faster rate. If we could just solve that issue, that one little link, that one little key, I can guarantee we can start utilizing Crips and Bloods like Democrats and Republicans are being utilized. We could actually start taking over city elections. Now, let me explain something to you. This shit will get dangerous for us. It will get dangerous. The reason why it will get dangerous because once that things, the government, United States federal government, yes, and there's issues, and there's people within it, and there's groups within it, and even lobbyists that be like, hold on, we're not getting enough prisoners. It has been said that people who own prisons said, like, try to sue a city because they didn't have enough prisoners, some shit like that. I can bring up the information and I can read it to you. But they would be like, hold up, we got this thing that's happening, and they would try to dismantle it just like they did the Black Panthers. So right now, Black Power banging is nothing. It's nothing. It's me just by myself. You know what I mean? There got a few other cats that's Black Power banging. You feel me? It's only a handful of us right now. And this is seen, it's nothing, right? It didn't reach critical mass. But the thing is, it's not going to be a group that reach critical mass. It's going to be a thought process that reach critical mass. It's going to be, and once you could get a ball rolling, once you get rolling, it's going to be hard to stop a thought. You feel me? So an ideal, that's the whole thing, to get the ideal going. But we'll be able to get, like, lock down the elections, mayor seats, and then we actually can utilize the city funding to create these jobs that we need. We could say that we could start to do what we need with the city funding to do certain things that we need. Like, but cats don't understand the sky is the limit. But this is why we fight this war, just to get at this bullshit that we doing up out of the way. You feel me? We got to get this done, man. And then we on right now. You feel me? We on. We making this shit happen, and we gonna keep this thing going in this direction that we going. Black Power banging. But I'm gonna go end this live right here, man. And I just want to say, shouts out to all the Crips and the Bloods out there that's actually doing something for the community, not fucking over the community, like Big Sag, Santana was heading, Casper was heading, Gertrude Montana was heading. Hey, look, what's up to those that's out there really doing something for the community, homie? Matter of fact, it's some Campanellas that got pulled up You know what I mean? Hey, Freybo, what's happening? Hey, Capitol Park, Pyru showed nothing but love. No brains from West Side Pyru, what's happening? He showed nothing but love when I put up over there. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, little thug, cuz, what's happening? You already know the 50% that. Hey, hey, look, hey, TC from Kelly Park, what's up, cuz? I love you, cuz. Hey, look, man. Hey, man. We got those that's out here in the community. Big Tutu, I love you, cuz, from the hood, double S. What's happening? Hey, those that's really out here, like putting it down, putting it out there. You know what I mean? And those that's resting in peace, homie, that end up dying to this shit that didn't get a chance to actually let your light shine and shine bright. This is you the reason why we do it, homie. We gonna make sure that we gonna try to quit others following that same negative path. And Black Power banging is about to be out there real big, all Christian Bloods. You gonna be like, they gonna be putting Black Power banging on the end of their hood, homie. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? Can you imagine Ludas Park, Black Power banging? You feel me? Like neighborhood, Black Power banging. You feel me? Hey, like once we get it to the point to where we actually doing it for the community, it don't even have to be Black Power banging. As long as it's something that's for the community, not against the community, and breaking down that mental block that we can't love each other. Like, you know what I mean? We're going to break down that mental block. We're going to bang on that. Feel me? We on. Hey, look, Black Power banging. Y'all stay safe and all that. You feel me? All right.